Celtic and Rangers are grand. The boys in the room are the best in the...
Okay, so welcome your 3 Chub Magic Vault requests for the universe.
Okay, so for this week, so I get one this week.
Yep, one for the next year and one for your lifetime.
Okay, so for next week, in the Magic Vault, I'm going to call in the Hearts win a league title at Celtic Park. Claudio Braga scored the hat-trick, and Celtic just get outplayed. They can't get at Hearts, and Hearts show why they're the best team in the land. That's my request.
I would say that there are so many different things that make this particular season special for me. I think that I'm someone that loves connection, loves unity, loves people pulling in the same direction. And very early into the season felt that I could see that so much of the Hearts team and club were united and pulling in the same direction. And I remember, I believe it was after the Edinburgh Derby where Halkett scored in injury time. I think it was the Premier Sports commentator said, this club is connected. And I feel like when I was a wee boy and my dad would take me to Hearts, I felt so connected to the club. I didn't have the distortions of hate and resentment to the likes of the Old Firm and things like that. And I feel like from very early in this season, Hearts reminded me that it wasn't about defeating the Old Firm or what they were doing. It was about enjoying the fact that Hearts from top to bottom are a club going places and are an inspiration to many people, and that when I was a little boy and you know, players like John Robertson was an inspiration to me, and seeing the players now and imagining me being, you know, my friends have children that are 7, 8, 9 and they're Hearts fans, and I'm like, imagine what it would be like right now to be going to school and playing football with your friends and you try and play like Claudio Braga and impersonate Claudio Braga. I feel it's not so much a feeling, but it's like a phrase where it's like, here we go again. Like, I feel like for Hearts fans is that the vast majority of them, when they get into positions again in like this in relation to Rangers or Celtic, is here we go again. Of course, after all said and done, Celtic or Rangers are the champions, and I think that is the part that makes you feel so drained is that feeling of an inevitable outcome that so many Hearts fans have seen before. And you just want this time to be the time that Celtic don't get the goal, they don't get the decision, and Hearts just show that no matter what might of resources or assistance our opposition could get, is that it's not enough because Hearts are just too good. I think that it's not one thing. I think that being a football fan, in Scotland and the Scottish football culture, and the landscape that Rangers and Celtic have dominated Scottish football pretty much since its inception, really. And so I think for Hearts fans in this particular position at this moment is that it hits on a lot of things. I think it's they know that Hearts have incredible potential and always have, and are a team worthy of winning championships in this country, but the old firm monster is just too big, bad and scary, and with that comes the shame and the abuse that comes from when you're at your weakest moment. Scottish football's built on pouncing on you at your weakest moment. So Hearts fans are not only scared about losing a game, or in this case Celtic winning a game, they are also, at this time with how connected everyone is through the internet and all that noise that goes around football, as in 1986 for example, when Hearts lost the league, is in order to get abused from other football supporters, you kind of had to go to your local pub or go into work for a Hibs fan to take the piss out of you for losing the league. Whereas 1 minute after the final whistle at Celtic Park on Saturday, if Hearts have lost the league, Hearts fans across the world will be instantly tuned into memes and people abusing them about how their team bottled it and came up short. And I think that for Hearts fans is, especially on a wider world view of where the world is at, where everyone is so separated in many ways, and they get their kicks by dominating and abusing other people, is I think that Hearts are in this position where in Scotland, if they lose, Hearts fans fear being the laughing stock of the country. They fear what Hibs fans will do to them over the summer. And I think they fear that shame. I think that Hearts fans are definitely ready to win the league. And they all deserve it, but I think that it's full on jeopardy, where it's like you win the league and you get all the glory, but if you don't, Hearts will then potentially have to live with the scars of another 40 years of being abused and laughed at by Celtic fans and Rangers fans and Hibs fans and Aberdeen fans. And I think for Hearts fans is I think a lot of them just don't want to have to go through that again. I feel like Hearts have are one of the things in my life that can make me feel so many different emotions. I think with friends, with goals and aspirations, you know, with career or such things, I feel like you get a variety of different emotions through different aspects of your life. But I feel like being a Heart supporter, it hits upon all my emotions. I feel like Hearts is the thing that can expose me to every kind of emotion. I feel like if we win, then one of my biggest dreams ever comes true. And I think if we come up short, I just want to love Hearts just as much after they lose than I would if they win. That Hearts are, and what they mean to me are, they're worth my unconditional love. And so every part of me and every part of my heart wants us to win the league. But if they come up short in whatever way that is, if they get cheated, or if Celtic just outplay them, is that every one of the players and staff that have contributed, you know, prior to this season, and then since Derek McInnes has come in, is every one of them is worthy of celebration no matter the outcome. I think what it emotionally means to me is that the dreams that I had as a wee boy when I thought Hearts were the best team in the land, and they weren't. Rangers were the best team in the land in those days. Is as the years went on, that belief that Hearts were the best team was eroded by the fact that they weren't the best team, and they were far from the best team. And as each year passed, that erosion got deeper and deeper. And then this season in particular has resurrected that child's belief that Hearts are the best team in the land. And so if we win, it will feel like a fantasy. It will feel like a dream comes true, because you had the dream and then you felt like the dream was taken away, never to be experienced. And then to my inner child, Hearts winning the league tomorrow would be actual magic. And those magical feelings that come with that are there. Trying to think. Magical feelings tomorrow. That Hearts make me feel that Hearts winning the league makes me feel as a human that I can achieve anything in life. And that's what, as a little boy, he was so inspired by Hearts. And then Scottish football culture beat that inspiration out of him and turned it into hate and separation. And I think tomorrow, reuniting with old friends that I went to school with and experiencing that magic that they felt the same as me, and tomorrow not being about getting on the internet and abusing Celtic it's like, I don't care about Celtic or Rangers tomorrow if we win the league. I just want to be surrounded by maroon and white and old friends, and let my inner child and my adult self put all those amazing players up on a pedestal because they're my heroes. I feel like, especially with the exposure that's on Hearts on a worldwide level, is that if Hearts win, then with that exposure can come higher quality resources of investment, new supporters, various things, sponsorships. And I absolutely want to see Hearts grow and become an amazingly powerful team in world football. But I don't want them to lose their identity and their values of who we are and what we are. But with that exposure, you get so many other things come with it. And I want, if Hearts are to kick on and do more than just win the league, then I would love that the essence of Heart of Midlothian never gets lost in the expansion.
Okay, Malcolm. Game day. Game starts soon.
Yep, 15 minutes.
15 minutes or so. And where are we right now?
We're in a place called North Berwick that's about 40 minutes from Edinburgh. It's beautiful, and I've been spending the last 24 hours with three of my favourite humans in the world. My friends who have a lovely baby boy, and of course yourself. That's what I've been doing, and try my best to relax prior to the game today.
Okay. So, we're on a beach in North Berwick, not in a pub. Was that a conscious choice?
It's a conscious choice to at least give myself the option of not watching the game. I've never missed a major Hearts game in some capacity, I would say, kind of in my life, what I would consider major. And I would never dream of not watching it, especially this one that blows every other game that I've seen with Hearts sort of out the water with regards to magnitude, other than the cup final against Hibs. But yeah, I decided not to watch the game today. I feel that if there was like an overarching reason, is I've done a lot of work on myself in the last decade, and tried to be a more loving, caring person in the world. And the dynamic of where we're at in the here and now with regards to a more broader picture than just Hearts is that there are other teams, and in this case notably Rangers and Celtic. And unfortunately, since I was a young boy, Rangers and Celtic have, in my experience, been pretty horrible protagonists and a lot of suffering amongst themselves, and then the others that are around them. I was pondering again yesterday, and as soon as Celtic got that penalty against Motherwell, I basically turned off my phone and didn't speak to really many Hearts fans or anyone beyond that, because I didn't want to know what the depths of hate and bitterness that will. I know it. I know this story, and I'm not someone that can be in relationship to the potential of such hate. And Celtic and Hearts game today represents so much greatness about football. You know, Celtic have this unbelievable history as a football team, and have done amazing things. And Hearts, you know, they're my club, and they've not had the roll of honours that the Old Firm have had, but what they've done is enough for me. You know, and I would love more. And today I want the one thing that you know, I said to you, you know, a couple of times in the last day, but is I know if Hearts win the league today, then I die a happy man. But that being said, kind of, you know, going back to where the train of thought I was going is unfortunately one of the things about today is there will be a loser, and the Celtic collective, the Old Firm collective that I witnessed from afar, not living in Scotland anymore, is so poisonous and so separated. And every time I return to Scotland and I meet, you know, people that are so invested in the likes of Rangers and Celtic, is they're so drained energetically because they spend their lives trying to wind up and bully and dominate each other. And they're like the same size of clubs, they've had about the same amount of trophies, and which you would look at and go, oh my God, Celtic, you've won this many trophies in this league. What incredible rivals. Rangers, wow, used to this. That is an unbelievable achievement. But they don't. They just care about how they can screw over the other. And I, in my own life, in whatever aspects of my life, I don't want to participate in that anymore as me as a human, and I don't want to participate in that kind of environment. And the truth of the matter is as incredible a club as Hearts are, and I've met so many great people and have bonds and brothers for life from being a Hearts fan, is that if Hearts lose today, I know what that will do to so many Hearts fans. And I know when the pain is so fierce is you need to release that energy and you want to express it. And I can't be in a space with other Hearts fans that when the outcome doesn't go their way today, is that those parts of them that feel so hard done by come out in alcohol-fueled ways, or just non-alcohol-fueled ways, because it hurts so much. And as much as I love my club and I love my friends, is I don't want to live in a world where where there's that jeopardy of me being in a situation where I see my friends and family go to that space. And so obviously it is jeopardy, and I will miss out on, and if everything in my life and the patterns and the synchronicities that have taken me up to this moment are accurate, then Hearts are going to win the league today, and they might just do it convincingly. And so I will miss those moments where the opposite with my friends will happen, where I will see the joy in my friends' eyes when Braga scores the 4 or whatever, or the moment that jaw-dropping awe that only teams that have won a league know, like it's happening, and Hearts, I will miss out on that, and people will say to me, you missed out that moment when Shanklin scored the most amazing goal or whatever, and I absolutely will miss those moments in relation to Hearts, and miss those bonds with my friends. But what I know is that I can get, and I've had these moments in my life outside of Hearts and in other ways. And so because I know that I can get that in other ways in my life, and it doesn't have to be through Hearts or my love of the Scottish national football team, is that I can feel content with passing up that opportunity, because I guess if my friends really get a taste of that awe, is they then know what can be had, and then I can meet those people in my life that I care about so much in the similar ways to what Hearts potentially show them today. Feel like the relationship that Hearts have with, and any really age, really, 5 years old to 75 is as one of the more dominant teams outside the Old Firm in Scottish football, it's the scraps that Hearts, Aberdeen, Hibs, the Dundee clubs have had to get from the table of Scottish football. And so through what it feels like today, and will feel like for so many Hearts fans, is that they've been starving because they know they're worth more. The Hearts as a club and as a community know that they are worthy of success, they're worthy of trophies, and that the trophy return that they have had in Scottish football is way below what Hearts represent, and as a large, good quality club in Scottish football, it's way, way below. And I feel like, the Hearts fans, the Hearts community is ravenous. It's like, we're ready to eat. We're ready to sit at a table and say, hey, we're here. We're no longer accepting the scraps. But that Hey folks, I'm in North Berwick, and Pamela just gave me a cuddle, and I know what that cuddle means. I just wanted to reach out to, I love every one of yous, and I apologise that I won't be able to spend the time with you guys in Edinburgh that I dreamed of, because I miss all of you so much when I'm away. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to Canada and I'm gonna do some really cool shit, and I'm gonna follow Scotland as fiercely as I've followed Hearts over the last year, and I hope to see some of you there, and yeah, I've got a life to live, and this won't define me. Okay, bye.